Senator Cash.
To make a short statement.
Leave is granted for 2 minutes.
Mr President, another day in the Senate, and what do we have today? Another stunt from the Greens. Today the Greens are pushing their publicity buttons and desperately angling for some media exposure by pushing National Go Home on Time Day. And I referred last Thursday to the publicity stunts performed on a daily basis by the Greens. And I don't want anyone to get too excited by this stunt, because it's a rerun by the same Greens, assisted by the same Australia Institute of the same motion, run around the same time last year. And let's face it, Mr President, hardly any workers took this stunt seriously. And guess what? Not even the Greens took the stunt seriously. Utter hypocrisy. On the 25th of November 2009, Senators Brown and Milne didn't even heed their own advice, more's the pity, as Hansard clearly shows them working well past the knock-off time they urge upon others and feign their support for. And we'll be watching the good Greens tomorrow to see if they actually let their staff off at 4:51 p.m. But this is the interesting bit. National Go Home on Time Day is the invention of Richard Dennis, the Executive Director of the left-wing think tank the Australia Institute, and National Go Home on Time Day, we are told, is an initiative of the Australia Institute.
Order.
And the real facts are that it continues to be promoted by an incestuous bunch of Greens and the unions. Surprise, surprise, Mr President, the facts also show that Richard Dennis is a former senior strategic advisor to Senator Bob Brown. And guess who's on the board of the Australia Institute? Ben Oaquist, Senator Bob Brown's Chief of Staff. No doubt he'll be looking to knock off early tomorrow at 4:51 p.m. Then there's Lynn Hatfield-Dodds, the Green Senate candidate for the ACT at the last election, add Sharon Burrow, Barbara Pocock and Meredith Edwards to the list, and you have all of the usual suspects. It gets better. Then there's Sarah Madison, Chair of the Australia Institute, who last month joined the board of Get Up, another left-wing Labor Greens front which bills itself as independent when it is anything but. When are the Greens and the unions going to stop trying to deceive Australians with these sort of fronts and stunts? The Australian Institute is even using National Go Home on Time Day as a fundraising vehicle for the Institute. That says it all.